Hi, it's Cory, and today we're going to be looking at one finger chords. So we all know that chords, you take your fingers and you put them on the fretboard, and then because they're changing the string and stuff, that's how you make chords. But a lot of times people think or get very overwhelmed by a lot of different chords, but when you really kind of break them and group them into different categories, you realize some of them are super easy to play. And I have 6 chords today that you only need one finger to play, or actually no fingers at all, other than your strumming finger, of course. So first things first, before you do any playing, make sure your ukulele's in tune. That's gonna be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. So the first chord we're gonna look at is like the most common chord ever, and you probably are already aware of this chord. It is the C major chord. To make this chord, you're gonna take your 3rd finger and place it on the 1st string, 3rd fret. For your thumb position, I keep it just on the back of my ukulele around fret 2. It can depend, like this is a tenor ukulele, so it's a little bit bigger. So your finger might be closer to where that 3rd fret is, so do what feels right for you, but the goal is it shouldn't be poking out all that much, and you're using that thumb to really help support your playing. The next chord we're going to be looking at is the C major 7 chord. Now, what's fun about this chord is, so we had our C major chord here. This is only 1 fret up on the same string, but you're using your 2nd finger. So your 2nd finger goes on the 2nd fret and it's playing on the 1st string. And that's the C major 7 chord. And then there's one more 1-finger C chord that we can play, and that's just the C7 chord. So again, we had the C chord, now we have the C major 7 chord, and then we have the C7 chord. It sounds so cool when played together. Again, listen. So all you're doing is walking it up with 3rd finger, then 2nd finger, then 1st finger. So again, your 1st finger is going on that 1st fret, 1st string, and with this, you're just moving your thumb up a little bit. So again, for the 3rd finger, I have it right about where the 2nd fret is. Then the 2nd fret, I'm not even moving the thumb at all. And then for the C7, I'm just moving it up just a little bit, so it's between the 1st fret and the 2nd fret. We've talked about all those C chords that you can play with just 1 finger. There's also another set of chords you can play with just 1 finger, and those are a variety of A minor-esque chords, or just one major one that we're going to talk about. So to start, we're going to go with the old faithful. Again, one thing you've probably already heard of, and that's the A minor chord. So for A minor, you take your 2nd finger and then you place it on the 2nd fret, 4th string. Now for the next one, we are going to be looking at the A7 chord, and this is a major chord. You're going to be taking your 1st finger and moving it to the 1st fret, 3rd string. Now this might kind of look familiar, because if you were just to put your 2nd finger down, you'd have an A major chord, but this is the A7 chord. So if you just lift up that finger, you have A7. Finally, we have one that actually you don't even need a left-hand finger to play at all, and that is just the A7 minor chord. So again, we had that A minor chord, then we had A7, and then A7 minor. And that you're just going to lift up your finger and strum. The A7 minor, that is what you're actually strumming with the strings when you're not using your left hand for anything. So it's all open strings. And when I say open strings, it just means that they're open because there isn't any left hand, I guess, interference, and you're not changing any of the pitches. So the A7 minor is what you get when you're just strumming the G, C, E, and A. I hope you enjoyed this little trick video, and hopefully you learned something that maybe you didn't before. And also, I hope it maybe made you think of the fact that this is not that, you know, ukulele can be super approachable, and it can be really easy to learn when you start grouping these different things together. So if you thought that you'd like never be able to learn 6 chords, if you got one finger and you can find the first string and the fourth string and the second string, you can play 6 chords. Thank you so much for watching. If you really liked this video and you would like to learn more about different chords, like maybe you'd like to learn about a bunch of different 2-finger chords or 3-finger chords, or I do already have a video about barred chords, so if you want to check that out, I'll have it in the video cards. But hopefully you found this helpful. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!